Hi, I'm Tracy Faulkner from Lush Fabrics with your release for this week, the 31st of August. Last day of the month, so last day to add to your monthly postal service if you have one going for this month. We had our European collection released last week, and that was obviously very loved by you all. So we're now in the format of having our normal Lush fabrics, having our Lush Rewind fabrics, and having a couple of fabrics from our European collection in our release. So we'll see how you guys like this little format, and if we need to adjust, we will. For today though, I have 9 fabrics here to show you. So 5 Lush fabrics, 2 Rewinds, and 2 European fabrics. The first fabric is going to be from the European collection, and it is what I am wearing. Let me show you this cut of fabric. It is a winter fabric, but it is just so beautiful that I had to at least show you one before we start moving into the real summery fabrics. So this is dark cyan, and the fabric base is called Purring fur. It is amazing. It is so beautiful. Let me open this up so I can show you properly. So this is the right side of the fabric. So it's just a smooth base. And then the wrong side of the fabric is, oh my God, it's so incredibly soft. It's kind of like fur. It is absolutely beautiful. So let me see if I can brush it the other way so you can see it a little bit better. It is so incredibly soft and warm and beautiful. So I made myself, this is a little mash of 2 patterns, and it's a direct copy of something that Beck Walsh sewed up a while ago, and I absolutely loved it. She used the French terry fleece for hers. So this is both patterns by Pattern Emporium. This is the Own Your Magic bodice and mock neck, and then the True Romance sleeves. I loved what Beck did, so I just had to copy it. For mine, I have used the right side of the fabric for the bodice and the sleeves, and then for the cuffs and also for the neck, I have used the wrong side of the fabric on the outside, and that means I have this beautiful fluffiness on my skin the whole garment, which feels amazing. And I really feel the cold. I get really, really cold, particularly here at work, because whilst this area and where I sit most of the day is an office, and it does have a little bit of heating, it is a warehouse. So it's not as warm as it should be. My office is pretty toasty, but still not as warm as your general office block. So I get really, really cold. And I always wear layers. I have long sleeve top on, usually a Uniqlo Heat Tech top I have on underneath, and then lots of other layers. Today is a pretty cold day. We've had a really cold week here in Perth, and the day that I am filming is not much warmer than our coldest day that we had, and I am just wearing this, and it feels really warm, really cozy. So that's pretty good for me, just to sort of, you know, give you an idea of how I normally dress and how I feel warmth-wise in this. This is really lovely and warm. I did bring a coat with me today, just in case I got cold, but I haven't put it on yet. So that is good news. All right, so this fabric is 60% poly, 35% cotton, 5% elastane. It's 150 centimeters wide and 260 GSM, and it is Ecotech certified as well. So it does have that standard to go with it. All right, stretch, excuse that little phone going there. So this is your horizontal stretch, which is pretty good. And then really not much going on for your vertical stretch. The drape, you can see from the sleeves what the drape is like on this. So it does have just a smidge of structure going on. So it's a nice in between, you know, with a bit of drape and a little bit of structure. So you can see how it works. This is very fitted and it works beautifully. I can move, I'm comfortable, it's great. No matching threads for this one, unfortunately. I couldn't find anything that worked particularly well, I'm sorry. So this is another example. You can use this fabric with whichever side out you prefer. You're sewing the garment, you sew it the way you would like it to be. If you want it all furry and beautiful on the outside, you do that. If you want to mix and match, you do that. If you want to do it the right way, what's intended to be the right side, then you do that. All right, purring fur, amazing. Definitely worth giving a go. It is just gorgeous, easy to work with, amazing to wear. All right, I have one more fabric from the European collection to show you today, and this is a jersey. So I'm just calling it a jersey. I would like to call it cotton elastane because that's exactly what it feels like, and it does contain those two fibers, but it also has a bit of poly in it. So we're just calling it jersey. This one, its name is Shapes. So it's 60% cotton, 35 poly, 5 elastane. It is 148 centimeters wide, so it's pretty wide, just not quite on our standard typical 150 centimeters. 200 GSM, and this one too is Ecotech certified. Let me show you this print because it's really very sweet. Adults, kids, you name it. You can go for anyone, I think. Gorgeous grey background, I love that. This would make a beautiful t-shirt or dress as you're getting ready for summer. It'd be so nice. All right, stretch is great. Vertically as well. And there is your drape. So it's a great a t-shirt weight. So it's a sort of, you know, the weight and the thickness you'd have in a t-shirt. It would be great for a t-shirt or a dress. You can make a nice skirt out of it, shorts, lots that you can do. Now, threads, I have 3, 4, 8 in the Resant and then 38 in the Mariflex. So either of those will work. Now, we didn't actually photograph this with any other fabrics. I think the colors in here are really, really pretty. We just couldn't quite find the right one. But I did wonder if this sweet pink French terry would go, and I actually think it goes really well with that pink there. So we haven't photographed this one, but I do think that they are a really good match. So sweet pink French terry is definitely an option. I think we just missed that one when we were looking for them to do the photos. So this is called Shapes Jersey. All right, let's get to our Lush collection. First one is a double brush poly, and it's called Act Natural in pink. Also have this one in blue. So good old double brush poly is so soft and beautiful. It's gorgeous to the touch. There's so many different garments you can make out of this fabric. I'll show you that print. That's a pretty cool little print. All right, stretch, amazing. You can make just about any garment with this, as long as it meets the stretch percentages. There is just so much you can do. There is a whole video just on brush poly. If you haven't worked with this base before, do check that out. All right, so threads. The Resant thread is X1000, which I actually don't have any stock of at the moment, but that would match this one. Or you can go with the Mariflex 111. Because I didn't have the Resant match, I found some pinks for you as well. So 1417 in the Resant or 321 in the Mariflex. There's options for this one. All right, now ivory. Double brush poly, of course. We just about always have ivory. Or you could put it with the magenta cozy sweater knit, which is really pretty. Or very berry DTY. So if you're looking for a outfit for the warmer weather, the DTY would be great. If you still want something to keep you warm, so something for the cooler weather, the magenta cozy would be really nice. All right, Act Natural in pink. Double brush poly. Next, we have a gorgeous summer rib knit. Now you have seen this print before. It's called Hypnotizing. We have it in green at the moment, so this is Hypnotizing in black. So it's just kind of spattered spots. So there's not a real, oh my God, the word has just totally left my mind. You can see the ribs in here. So you can see the size of the ribs. It's lovely and soft. This is very much like the fabric that we call rib knit. Very, very similar. It's just very slightly lighter. So we call it summer rib knit, just so that you know that there is a slight difference between them. So this is 170 GSM, 96% poly, 4% spandex. Amazing to wear in summer. I would wear this fabric on a 40-degree day in summer because it's just lovely to wear. All right, stretch is amazing. This is another one, good vertical stretch as well, that you can make a lot of garments out of. A lot of people hear rib knit and they think it's going to stretch out and grow on you during the day. These fabrics are very, very good. You could make something with some length. Gosh, I keep hitting everything with these fabrics. And it'll keep its shape during the day. It's not going to get really big on you during the day. If you made a huge maxi dress, you know, with ruffles and that sort of thing, sure, that's going to have some weight and you might need to give it some strength with that. But your general dress, top, pants, skirts, it'll hold up really, really well. Okay, so this one's pretty simple. I'm just going to get our blacks. So 4,000 in the Resart and 000 in the Mariflex. And we match this one up with white rib knit, but it's a black and white. So you can put all sorts of colors with it and it will look amazing. Hypnotizing in black rib knit. All right, next is something that I think you guys have been wanting to see. It is a bamboo French terry and it is gorgeous. This color is called Blackberry. I'm going to step to the side and do a little modeling for you because I did make a little Agnes top by Tilly and the Buttons out of this one because it is just, it's a gorgeous soft fabric. It's really cool to the touch and it's just a classic layering piece for me, what I have made. So that will go under a jumper if I'm really cold or a cardigan if I want to show off the color because the color is absolutely gorgeous. So this one is 95% bamboo, 5% spandex. It's 248 GSM, so it's got a good weight, but it isn't a thick fabric. Okay, so it is quite a thin fabric, but it does still hold some weight in there. It is 170 centimeters wide, so very, very generous. So it's nice and smooth, excuse those wrinkles, on the right side, and then you've got your loops on the wrong side there. All right, stretch wise, I know it's looking a bit see-through, it's because I'm holding it away and stretching it out. It's got really great stretch and it's got some vertical stretch as well, which most of our French terry doesn't have a whole lot of vertical stretch, so that's good to know as well. The drape is amazing, really lovely. You know, you could make a jumper out of it. It doesn't have a huge amount of thickness, so that's why I made the top to use as a layering piece. But look, there's heaps that you can do with it. You can make a lovely pair of joggers. You can make yourself a little lounge set out of it. You can make a dress if you wanted to. There's heaps, and it is just gorgeous. All right, threads, 2725 in the Resart. This is a bit more purple than this fabric, so it's not the greatest match. This is a better match, 130 in the Mariflex. All right, Blackberry bamboo French terry. I hope you love this as much as we do. It's just beautiful. All right, now if you are wanting to sew for the warmer weather that is hopefully coming, this one might be up your alley. The color just screams spring, and it is spring tomorrow. And this is a DTY, so an amazing base for summer. This is Cloud 9, so we've had this print before. in a different colorway. This colorway is lilac. It is a really gorgeous color. It's quite unique. So unique I couldn't find any threads to go with it. Nothing quite the right color. I guess you could always use an ivory if you wanted to. Stretch. It's amazing. So DTY is like a brush poly before it's been brushed. It's really cool and smooth to the touch. A little bit slinky, not really slinky. It's really easy to sew. It has gorgeous drape, and this is another fabric that I would wear on a 40-degree day because it is light, it is cool to the touch, and it feels really great to wear. It doesn't make me hot at all. All right, so no threads, as I said, and the only fabric we could match it up with was good old ivory, double brush poly. What would we do without you? All right, Cloud 9 in lilac, DTY. Now, another double brush for you. This one is a bit of a classic. It's a bit of a coordinate or something just on its own. So black and ivory stripes, double brush poly. So these stripes are running vertically, but double brush poly is such great in regard to stretch in both directions. So that's your horizontal, and then your vertical is really good as well. So if the stretch fits and you would prefer a horizontal stripe, just flip it over and you have your horizontal stripe. It should be really cute to have stripes in both directions in the one garment. I love these sorts of things, you know, color blocking. I think it looks really cute to color block with these stripes. I love a whole garment on its own with just stripes because I'm a stripe lover. I know not everybody is, but I really like them. All right, thread. So your Resant X1000 would be the match here, which we don't currently have, or Mariflex 111. And ivory, double brush poly again, but it's basically black and white, so you can put any color you like with it. All right, so that's all for the new fabrics. Now I have a couple of rewinds to show you, and I do have some new sewing essentials to show you as well at the end, so I'll just quickly go through those. First up is this girl here. This is Pine, the color is Pine, and these are Swiss dots. They are a knit, but they do lack some vertical stretch, so that is something to keep in mind when you're sewing things up. So I haven't used this colorway as much as I love this colorway. I haven't actually used this one yet. I've used the white, the ivory and the black, and I made my long sleeve tops for layering pieces because I thought this little dot detail would be really, really cute just for some extra texture and extra detail. So I just made long sleeve tops out of them. I should have sized up to make up for the lack of vertical stretch because once they're on, they're absolutely fine, but it does take a little bit of wiggling to get in, my arms in particular. Tuck shop lady arms. All right, so they're not that bad. It's just that because of the vertical stretch, it's hard, and you've got to kind of position the seams in the right spot, and then once it's there, it's absolutely fine. But if I just sized up, it would have been even better. Okay, so this fabric base is 77% poly, 23% rayon. So it's lovely and soft to the touch. It doesn't actually have any spandex in it, but it does still have some good horizontal stretch. But as I said, not much going on vertically there at all. Drapes beautifully. Let me show you this texture up close. It's really sweet, and we do have this in other colors as well. It just makes for, as I said, a bit of texture, a little bit of interest in a solid color, which is really nice. So did I show you the drape? Beautiful drape. So this is 200 GSM, 150 centimeters wide. And unfortunately, what I like to do with these Lush Sunday Rewind fabrics is show you some new things. So some new thread matches, some new coordinates. I've got nothing today. I'm really sorry. Still don't have any threads that match. Still no other fabrics that go with it. It's very hard to match a solid color with another solid color. but I thought it was pretty and interesting, and so I thought I would still include it as one of our Lush Sunday specials. So hopefully you like it as well. It is an easy sew as well, and just has that really nice detail. So our Lush Sunday specials are fabrics that we already have in stock. We think you might have forgotten about them, and we just want to remind you about them, and they are on special for the Sunday only. They are a Lush Sunday special. So this is Pine Swiss Dot. The next one that I have to show you is a brushed waffle, which is a beautiful, beautiful fabric. It is 89% poly, 9% rayon, 2% spandex, 200 GSM. It is, you see that brushing on there? That's the right side of the fabric, and then the wrong side of the fabric. So when it comes to these plain colored brush polys, I tend to sew it with the right side on the inside, so I get that beautiful brushing on my skin, because I still really like the texture of the wrong side and the look of the waffle on the wrong side. I still think that looks really nice, so that's usually my wrong side. I have used this once, just a really small amount. I'll do another little bit of modeling for you. So I used it for color blocking in this. This is a Hollis Raglan by Petite Stitchery, and I used deep green and black brushed waffle, and I put all the brush sides on the inside, and I still think it looks really nice on the outside. So I haven't got any matches fabric wise for this for you, because I think it's great to use with so many things. It's an ivory, so it's amazing on its own. It's amazing, you know, perhaps as a dress on its own, or a jumper on its own, or a cardigan on its own, or, well, you don't want to wear a cardigan on its own, but you could wear the cardigan over the top of just about any color because of the color that this one is. It's just so versatile. So thread wise, we've got that X1000 again, the Ressart, or 111 in the Mariflex. It's beautiful, beautiful, soft, gorgeous fabric to sew and to wear. All right, so this is the second Lush Sunday special, so it is also on special just for today. That is it for the fabrics. Don't forget, there is just less than a week now for you guys to get your entries in for the Made with Lush competition. Here is our little prize for the Made with Lush competition. That's our main prize. We also have some Lush gift cards to give away. So please do enter that competition. Post your sews up onto our Instagram or our Facebook. Use the tag, or the information is on the website. And if you have ordered from us recently as well, you would have received a flyer giving you information on it too. We'd love seeing all the sews that you've all made. All right, let me quickly show you some of our new sewing essential items that we have. This little guy here, I better get this one going actually. I meant to get this one set up beforehand. This one will have to be mine now. I love anything with a little light because I just can't see stuff anymore. I have a hard time threading a needle, have a hard time ripping seams open if I need to. So anything that comes with a light, I tend to buy it for all of you, as well as myself. So this little guy has got a light on the end, and then on one side you push it up and there is your needle threader, and then on the other side you push it up and there is your seam ripper. How cool is that? So this one is mine. I'll be taking this one home, but the rest will be up on the website today as well. Okay, now these guys are back in stock. We've had them before. They're so pretty. So we've got these ones back in stock again as well. The pinwheel. I have, where is this open? Here we go. These little multi-purpose scissors. They are very lightweight, and they are, yeah, they're just a plastic handle. They're not going to survive a lot of harsh treatment. So I mean, for me it's just like a little thread snip next to your machine. It'd be great for that sort of thing. So a couple of color options there, orange, yellow and green. We also have these little bulky seam and the seam guides again. So we've had those before, so they're going back up on the website. What else do I have? And then the last thing I have is these seam rippers here. Let's see, it's just got a small and a large blade on it. Let me get my face out of the way. There we go. Whoops, small and a large blade, so one on either end there, and it comes in that green, really pretty colours actually. This really pretty blue, hop out the way again, and a really pretty pink. There we go. So they are the new sewing essentials that will be up today as well. All right, I hope you find something that you love in this week's release. There's some really pretty stuff. And I just highly recommend the Purring fur while it's here. It is beautiful to wear. All right, so head to our website, www.lushfabrics.com.au. You'll find all of these fabrics are on our website now. Please do enter our competitions as well on YouTube and in our Facebook group. We have 2 $25 gift cards to give away there. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back next week with some more goodies for you. Thanks, bye.